Hello everyone, we are live with Toaru podcast number 31. Yes, we are back to being weekly. And this time we're talking about Genesis Testament. Yes, because we didn't cover 11 and 12, so we're going back to talk about these two volumes as a double whammy, getting them over and done with, before 13 gets translated by our Lord and Saviour JS06. How's everyone doing in the chat? And, of course, we are joined by the regulars, Malcolm.
Everybody.
Wow, so enthusiastic. And Othinus.
I think the sweet potato is still kind of raw. Hold on one second, bro. I might have to go heat it back in the air fryer.
See, you really don't care about this, do you?
I'm just messing around with you, bro.
This is serious. This is serious index discussion. Like I treat this very seriously. The index is like the Bible. So you disrespected our Lord and Savior Kamachi.
At least I said something
heresy.
more than my name. Malcolm was just like, "Hey, it's Malcolm," and the most monotone voice ever.
Well, I take it very serious. I went to church this morning so I could learn more about index's meanings and what it explores.
Also, I'll have you know, I was finishing up the newest chapter of Index in the manga, alright? So it was Toaru related.
Well, too bad we're not talking about the manga, are we?
No, you're right. I'm sorry.
Yeah, did you guys do your revision of these two volumes? Or is it just going to be me carrying everyone?
I hope your back's ready for all the carrying.
I got some aspirin for you, bro, if you need some.
Oh boy, okay.
At least for 11. Right. 11 was really hard for me to recall what happened.
Yeah, I gotta look over GT12 too a little bit. But I remember like a lot of it, more of it. Especially at the very beginning where... yeah. No, I won't say. Yeah, you good.
No, I'm just saying, don't worry. I have a selection of master notes here as reference in case we need any reminders of the events. But 11 was very... No, I was just saying 11's really short. 12... Yeah, I mean, I think that was average length, wasn't it? So we'll get through these. We're not going to like deep dive into them, but we'll discuss the important stuff, I'm sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. Any comments?
Yeah, actually, I do want to say, what was your most favorite moment in GT11? Even though we don't remember a lot of it, I know there had to be at least one moment that stuck out, and I mean, we should all know what mine is at this point with the flying, assets falling down from somewhere. But, what was your favorite parts?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay. Mine was like the Rosicrucian backstory lore. That honestly, it was very reminiscent to like the NT18, like Golden Dawn backstory, where we got like a kind of Christmas Carol-esque flashback where we got to view the past through Terma's eyes. And just the backstory itself just, reminded me a lot of Golden Dawn, especially because it does influence the Golden Dawn as well. But I just thought that was really fascinating, learning about how CRC, or Johan, we should call him, and his...
Johan Valentin Andre? Did I say that right? I don't remember if that...
Is it Andrea?
Andrea? I don't know. Yeah, go on.
I mean, he's German, so it's probably Andre or something like that. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, him and his mate, they basically thought they would just troll everyone, like the university and I guess magic as a whole. And that little prank just influenced history like so much. It's insane. Like all the greatest magic cabals after that were inspired by the Rosicrucians, and it's basically the best practical joke of all time. And
worst.
And I think it also, like, that backstory that also significantly improves Johan as a character as well. I mean, don't get me wrong, he was okay in Genesis Testament 9, but I feel like by knowing his backstory in 11, it makes him a far more interesting character that he hates how the Joker's just basically run its course and it's gone on too long. Kind of like a meme that won't stay dead. And he's just like, I just want this meme to die. And I don't want this character to have like a crap ton of fan fiction, which I absolutely despise. So he just basically takes matters into his own hands and he's like, oh, I'm just going to desecrate everything to do with this character. Kind of like what Harrison Ford would do if he was forced to play Han Solo for the rest of his life. But you just absolutely butchered a character because he absolutely hates playing Han Solo. That's just an example that I could think of off the top of my head about
the Star
an
Wars
actor who
one.
doesn't want to like be the role that he's famous for in a way. But yeah, what was your favorite moment, Malcolm?
I'm glad you mentioned that because that the second you said whenever they trolled, it like unlocked that entire chapter in my brain. I was like, oh yeah, that's what happened. That was a good part. The part that like stuck with me most, like the part that stuck with me the most, like after reading it, and I hardly remember anything. I still remember like the ending climax really well, and I really liked that section of the story. More so just seeing Johan and Anna Kingsford sort of, I guess, accept going to the underworld together, or like sort of for Johan like forcibly, but seeing that like level of acceptance, and then Toma trying to make his way up that staircase at the end, that's sort of like a big, what's gonna happen now? Did he make it? Did he not? Yeah, that was like my favorite part because it's the only part I remembered on my own.
Yeah, that's fair. 1 minute, guys. What the fuck?
Look good. I got everything. I'm timeless. No wait, I ain't got nothing but time. What's it called? What's that saying? I don't know what the saying is.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
You know when you say like you're free, so you say I ain't got nothing but time. Wait. Oh yeah, that. Whatever.
I mean, the stream's working on my screen.
Yeah. I was. That's what I wanted to check. I was like, oh my god, I'm paranoid. I think it might have been an ad break or something because I know I've got ads enabled in the stream. Because hey, guy, I don't have anything left in the bag, so.
Stop, bro! Don't say that. No, bro.
You're not making the big money doing Toaru content.
Listen, I'm a peasant. Don't blame me.
Bro.
It's true. They don't have AC.
They don't have AC. That's crazy.
We don't need it. Like, our houses are meant to keep the warmth in.
That's what you say. You don't need it, and then y'all talk about how 80 degrees is a heat wave and that half the country has died.
The country's died.
Well, yeah, I mean, if the country keeps getting hotter, then I guess we will start to use it. But hey, you can get it in hotels. I mean...
okay, go rent a hotel in England. Oh, it's 80 degrees out. Honey, go pack the bags. We're going to the hotel. Get your nap.
But hey, you Americans, I mean, you live in the hot weather, depending on the state, but you need AC.
Absolutely. I keep my AC on every single day. Well,
we don't need it. When it gets hot here, we just power through it. So
yeah, but hot here is 104 degrees.
Yeah, well, I don't know if you guys are aware of the Instagram thing, the trend where it was like, oh, UK heat is different to American heat. Were you guys aware of that?
Nah,
like
I don't
humidity?
listen to
not surprised.
Well, I'll let you decide. Like, you come in the UK and hope you land on a good day where it's above 30 degrees Celsius.
I traveled to the UK
like
though.
winning the lottery. Oh yeah, I remember you mentioning it.
Yeah, I saw Big Ben and I rode a double-decker bus and I thought I was the shit. Oh my god, I was so happy that day. It was like a wish list of mine. It really was. It was a wish list of mine. I
think if I go, the second I land, I'm just gonna get stabbed or something.
Bro, no, dude, I'm Hawaiian,
Oh.
bro. If anyone were to be stabbed, it'd be me.
What about going to America and getting shot? Like, at least you can get... Well, you can't get stabbed from a distance unless someone, like, throws a knife and it's, like, something out, I don't know, The Matrix or something. But... but in America, you can get, like, fucking sniped from, like, 2 miles away. Like, what the fuck are you meant to do against that?
See, but like in America, you know which neighborhoods you're gonna get shot in, and they're easy to avoid. There, I mean, you go to London. Where else are you gonna go in England? Nowhere as a tourist. You're just gonna get stabbed.
You just think UK, like, all tourism is just London and that's it. Or you
Yeah, I
just
mean,
think-
what other place is there in England?
Manchester, the
I
I
Lake
saw
District,
Stonehenge.
Cambridge,
Stonehenge!
York,
Aliens!
Never heard of it. That's a school, right? New York is in America,
Edinburgh?
actually.
You
No,
know, there's
never
other
heard of
countries
it.
in the UK apart from England. There's fucking
There's other
Wales
countries
and
in the
Scotland.
UK.
Yeah, believe it or not. You just offended all of Scotland and Wales, by the way. They're gonna kill you for saying
But
that.
I don't think they count as countries
Northern
anymore.
Ireland.
They're more like states, aren't they?
Oh, don't say that if you visit. Oh, they will fucking kill you.
I mean, they
I'm
can
not
say that all they
exaggerating.
want, but until they get rid of the crown, then that's like, you know.
That is super offensive to Scottish and Irish and Welsh
Well, I mean, I
people.
think it's extra offensive to the Irish because half of them aren't even allowed to be part of Ireland.
Well, yeah, there's a difference between Republic and Northern Ireland, but that's another story entirely. Let's go back to Genesis Testament for crying out loud before we get into a political discussion about the UK.
I thought UK lore was important to Index, so
I
wanted
will
to
say,
talk
yeah,
about
before
it is.
anything, wait, their fish and chips are amazing. I'm just saying, they're really good when I had them.
Well, you get the best fish and chips by the seaside in London. It can be... there are quite a few tourist traps where they don't have the best quality, but no, a good chippy, can't beat it. Good, simple food. And we prioritize texture above, exotic flavors, as you probably are familiar with.
Like pepper, salt.
Hey, we got mustard. Try some English mustard. That'll burn you.
Will it burn me? I know, like, there's like salsa. Whenever you eat Mexican food, you'll get salsa, like chips, whatever. I know that in the UK, like, they have mild, you have spicy salsa, but in the UK and Australia, they sell a variant of it that's extra mild. So if you want to eat salsa without any hint of spice, you buy
I
that.
mean-
And they only sell that there. They don't sell that in the US because you would be made fun of endlessly for eating that. So I have
Yeah.
I have to question when I hear spicy from a Brit. No offense.
Well, I mean, it's somewhat true. Like, if you go to UK supermarket and you can get like fajita kits and they're like very mild. Or yeah, I mean, it's true. But we do have a lot of Indian restaurants here, but they obviously cater to like British culinary taste, or the palate, I should say. But you can get really spicy curries if you want to order that, of course. But hey ho, let's go back to Genesis Testament, for crying out loud. Okay, so should I ask you guys for ratings, or should I just like go through the volume just so it rejogs the mind, and then go for a rating after that? What do you guys think?
I'll
Let's
just say.
re-jog it.
Oh, okay, never mind. Go on.
Yeah. No, I want to be accurate with my my rating, and
My
just
mind's
hearing
not
like little
clean.
sections. Like
On a
whenever you were
king's sword.
explaining Johan's backstory, like that reminded me a lot. So
Okay, no worries. So TLDR, obviously Terma died in Genesis Testament Volume 10.
Wait,
Yes,
what?
it's a stream of spoilers. It's a fucking Genesis Testament spoiler talk. It's in the title.
oh my gosh, I gotta go.
Oh my! Shut up, dude.
Well, he's not quite dead, is he? Anyway, so he goes into the White World with Anna Kingsford, and then she takes takes him on a hell tour, and we arrive at seemingly hell, except it's not hell, it's a fake version of hell. This is revealed at the end of the volume, or near to the end, like chapter 3, that it's a fake version of hell, basically a new phase that Johann Valentin Andre created. It's not clear when he created this, because this is what I talked about in my review from ages ago. Did he create it while he's still alive, or was he somehow able to create it like after death? Like I don't think so. Or did he create it when he got revived, by Alice and the Transcendents? Or did he create it when he was alive the first time? There's a lot of unexplained or vague stuff in this volume, and this is why this is like one of my least favorite Genesis Testament volumes, combined with the fact that I had so much like hype going into this volume, because I was like, oh my god, we're going to see the real version of hell, but it wasn't a real version of hell, and then it all had these loose ends. So but go back to the actual plot. Yes, they meet Johann Nest waiting at Hell's gates, and this fake version of hell is basically an amalgamation of all different ideologies. So it's not just the Christian version of hell, it's got like some Greek stuff in there. What else? What other ideologies? I mean, it's got Lucifer, like Shintoism, I think, or some Eastern religions. But anyway, it's basically a homage to Dante's Inferno, because they're going down, passing like the different levels of hell to the center, and then that will let them rise up. One of them will get a ticket to get revived, which is what CRC intended as he created his version of hell. So this would allow him to come back to life, except that, yeah, it's kind of dangerous and you need to know the right path, otherwise you can get lost there forever and you can't really turn back. So it's a bit risky going through, but Anna Kingsford seems like she knows it like the back of her hand. I mean, Anna Kingsford's meant to be this expert, and I guess this fake version of hell must be quite accurate to the real version, because how else would Anna Kingsford know? And it's also like, how does Anna Kingsford know the real hell this much? We don't really get that explained either. And yeah, Toma isn't quite himself in this volume, which is interesting. Am I blabbering on too much, or do you guys want to import, because I don't want to do a repeat of last time? Yeah.
No,
honestly, it's fine.
Absorbing.
No, you're good, dude. Honestly, I think it's not just us, but probably a lot of people who are in chat also probably forgot about GT11, to be completely honest. So I'm totally cool listening, getting a reminder of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I personally was under the impression that he created it after dying in GT9. That was my interpretation.
After his second death, but how would he create it if he's dead? Like
magic.
Magic.
Well, I guess if he went to the same white world that Toma and Kingsford went to, then I guess, yeah, his soul or whatever it is probably tied to the Qliphoth and the Sephiroth or one of the trees, and it's shown that obviously the trees exist in every phase, so it doesn't matter if you die and go to the next phase where it's basically the afterlife, which is kind of broken for like really overpowered characters who do die. But then it begs the question, can't CRC just do that again because he's been banished to the real version of hell, or is there a limit on that? I guess not. Maybe it's only like in that white version. This is the problem. Like, there's so many loopholes, or not loopholes, probably the wrong word. There's so many like loose plot threads where you just go down. It's just like a continuous chain, because if you theorize it and then you get more questions. At least that's how I'm seeing it.
I sort of like, because Anna Kingsford and him both sort of go together after Toma gets away, right? Like to descend to hell. So in my mind, it's sort of like he's getting a like a babysitter, basically taking him down there. So to me, it's sort of like that was his only chance. Anna's here. He's not going to get another chance. She sort of respects the boundaries of life and death to a higher standard than he does. So, yeah, to me, it was just sort of like, yeah, he's just not gonna get another chance. It's over. It's yo-hover for him.
Well, you never know. They could make an escape. Like, we'll talk about Genesis Testament 12 later with how Alistair felt about Kingsford going away. But yeah, who knows? I suppose. Did you want to say something, Othinus?
No, I mean, you already know my favorite part with Anna Kingsford and the flying, how do I respectfully say this? This is your stream. I will let you say it in your way.
All right. So as they're going through hell, basically your thoughts like determine the environment. So yeah, this is akin to obviously CRC creating it. He created it with his thoughts. So it basically brings out, like, I guess, your sinful thoughts. And obviously Toma is a teenager. And what are teenagers? They are horny as fuck. And when you've got Anna Kingsford next to you, obviously the male mind will go in certain areas. I think that's understandable because it's fucking Anna Kingsford. And, I mean, come on, guys. Anna Kingsford is up there with some of the best... index girls.
Yeah, she's peak. She's got some peaks. So.
She's got some peaks. Yeah, she does.
I mean, to be honest, like, trust me, if we're going to get a fan service, Anna Kingsford fan service is something I can tolerate. But the thing is, did you guys think it was too much? Like, because at first, chapter 1, we know what Kamachi's like with chapter 1. He likes to do a bit more slice of lifey, a bit funny, and then he gets onto the serious stuff later. But I was reading it thinking, okay, we're getting, his Boom Mountains and that. Okay, kind of reminds me of something out of Berserk, but not in a fucked up way, like in the Eclipse. If you read Berserk, you know. But it like there was that, and that's okay. I can tolerate that, but it continued to the very end where it became an actual thing in the final fight, and that kind of ruined the final fight for me. And I was like, for a volume that's themed in hell, like I don't mind a little bit to just okay, it's gonna be a dark volume, but just to have something to loosen up the mood. That's why Puck is in the Berserk, because Puck, he lightens the mood, because Berserk is very dark and messed up story. And that's why he's like the comic relief, to not make it all like really depressing all the time. But the way it was used, like, we don't need to see that in the final fight, and it kind of like threw me out the tone of the volume. Like this, I was expecting like really dark volume because we're in hell, but yeah. Did you guys think it was too much?
No, I loved it. I loved it.
Okay.
To be honest, I really did. I just ain't nothing wrong with that. I'm cool with it. It ain't like no fairy tale fan service, but it was. I think it was all right.
Yeah, I think you understand who Kamachi is writing for now. People like him.
The falling Boom Mountains when in the final fight, like this is the Demon Slayer problem. You guys seen Demon Slayer? It's like. Let me give you an example. So in Demon Slayer, you have like, there's a demon that's really, has messed up, doing like killing people really violently and horribly, and then you got like Zenitsu like fucking going like crazy and like, and it puts you at the tone. It puts you at the tone of the scene. Like, okay, have a comic relief moment outside of like the demon like brutally murdering some like innocent kids and shit, but don't have it during that. It's like, it's insane. You get me? It's not consistent with the tone.
Yeah, no, that's a fair point. I can see why you'd say that, and it's having Boom Mountains definitely not setting the tone of hell, but I liked it.
I mean,
but then again, I can't.
Oh my days.
I don't see a problem with it. I mean, I guess I can see how it could be a problem, but no, I thought it was all right.
Fair enough.
Could have been worse.
Mal's been kind of quiet about it.
Yeah, well, you see, I was just thinking, if you think about it, it's actually a representation of the sin of lust and how this is hell. We're actually exploring, because lust brings about death within Catholicism and parts of Christianity, right? So whenever you take that into account and how Toma's in hell, his lust is going to bring about his death, his final death, and therefore the Boob Mountain is actually a representation of the peaks in which Toma has to reach to overcome his lust and make it back to Earth.
You couldn't see it, but I just did a standing ovation for you and clapped. You couldn't see it, Malcolm, but I did a standing ovation for you.
Listen.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I love, Malcolm. I love doing that stuff. I love reaching for deeper meaning in Index, and it's kind of my shtick. I do say, hey, look at this thing in Index. It's Index acting really childish towards Terma. That has a deeper meaning because she has limited experiences on this earth. So it's actually a dark thing if you think about it in that way. I do that all the time, but come on. The thought crossed my mind, but I wasn't committed enough to go that route. But I'm glad you did, Malcolm.
See, if it had been Index who died, it would have been a different kind of melon. Because she would have,
different kind of melon. All right, sorry.
Anyway, what else happened in this volume? All right, okay, so in my master notes,
the staircase,
stairway to heaven. Well, what did you guys think of the monsters and everything? And were you guys disappointed by Lucifer? Because I was like, oh my god, we get Lucifer this volume, and it was very disappointing. He just kind of does he get one shot by Ciossi or something? No, he gets one shot by Anna Kingsford. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's also a fake Lucifer or whatever, right? So.
Yeah, but come on, it's
because before Kronzon
had
hinted back in NT that Lucifer was on Earth or whatever. So I was under the impression that maybe we would see him implemented into the story in a more direct way at some point, but
yeah, this is just the beginning. This is the precursor when he returns. He'll find a way. He'll find a way.
I just think it was a missed opportunity because we've waited a long time for to see Hell, or imagine if we get a Heaven arc as well. That'd be funny with the Archangels and that.
See, that's what I was sort of thinking we were originally gonna get, because whenever I first read the synopsis, my mind immediately went, "Oh, okay, Thomas died. We're gonna do a Dante's Inferno type of story." But then maybe we'd get the whole Divine Comedy. You'd have Hell, then you have Purgatorio or whatever, and then you have Heaven, whatever they call it in the book.
Yeah.
So I thought we were gonna have Toma go through each of those, and then go okay, Toma has to go make a deal with God or something and be reborn that way. Because that's what I thought was gonna happen. I sort of was hoping, if not some sort of dual side story where Toma's doing his thing in the afterlife, and then in our world, Alistair or something is doing his own thing, and their stories were to collide, and that would bring Toma back to life. But we did not get that for the most part, so I was disappointed because I felt there was a lot more potential than what we reached.
Yeah,
I'm with you on that one, man. I had the same exact thought as you did, Malcolm. I really did.
Yeah.
I mean, it was described as a phase, though, so you never know. We could go back to that phase, or there would be another phase, because phases are stacked layers on top of another, according to the whole entire cosmology of it.
But
so
you
never
know.
Have
Toma die again? It's sort of we've done the storyline.
Done the storyline. Irrelevant argument.
If we have Toma's already basically died. Whenever he got turned into mashed potatoes by Kronzon at the beginning of what was it, NT22, whatever.
Yep.
And like for some reason he could just come back after that. I'm still confused about how exactly that worked. But Toma's sort of like, I feel like he's reached his limit. He died with Index. He died whenever, or he was supposedly dead whenever whatever it was called fell from the sky.
Killed him twice.
Radia killed him.
Oh yeah, I forgot
he got
about
turned
that.
to mincemeat. He died with Alice. I feel like we've sort of reached a limit to how much Toma can die.
Didn't Trismegistus also kill him in GTA?
Oh,
or GTA,
yeah,
sorry.
yeah.
Yep. So, yeah, honestly, I think with Genesis Testament, Kamachi has thought, all right, I've gotten to this point where, I mean, there was the Othinus stuff where Othinus killed Terma but then revived him, but apart from that, he got to the point where, okay, I'm literally just, up until this point, I've been letting Terma just get gravely injured, and Heaven Council is just like, I'll stitch you right back up, no problem. Like, don't worry, Terma, you're not getting put in a wheelchair anytime soon from these injuries. It's just been seriously injured over and over again, and he always, makes a full recovery. And I think Kamachi's thought, nah, that's a bit old. Like, how do I make it so that it's no longer that, but upping the stakes, but not quite, I mean, I can't kill off Terma completely. So how about I go one step further and let him be killed, and then I have several means to bring him back. I think that's what he's done, and he introduced good old Mary to do that, and then you had the hell thing in this volume to revive him. But it's, I mean, what do you guys think about that? I'm not sure, to be honest.
It's time Toma either stops dying or you kill him for good. Like, I feel like you can't get away with it anymore at this point, especially once we've had such a final version of his death with the most recent one. And plus the whole point of GT12 and onward being like, oh yeah, Toma sort of has to learn he can't just go and die now. Like, he sort of has a responsibility with Alice and all that.
Yeah, I do think this death was most impactful because he didn't get revived straight away, and we, have felt the aftermath and consequences of it, which we'll get onto soon.
Yeah, even a fake out at the end of GT11.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't think we'll ever get to a point where Kamachi will kill off important characters. It just seems like it's impossible for him to do so. And I do remember, I can't remember which Genesis Testament volume, but it was one of the later ones where I feel like Kamachi was somewhat making a meta commentary about like death and killing off characters. I can't remember which volume it was, but I definitely brought it up in the podcast where we did talk about it. And no, I somewhat understand that not killing off characters allows them to have the future moments to develop and everything. And if you kill them off like for good, then you obviously you can't bring them back and you can't do anything with them anymore. But
unless they're Toma,
it just makes it so that Index becomes kind of predictable. That's one of the main criticisms I have about it. I love it, but there's just at times it just doesn't feel like there's stakes. And there have been like moments in Genesis Testament where there have been stakes, threat. But I just don't like good old Mary as like a gimmick to or a plot device to revive Terma for free. I know the Alice thing made it impossible, but still didn't matter in the end.
Yeah, the only limitation with good old Mary that we have is blood. If you run out of blood, then she can't revive you.
Yeah, but she even did that to Misa as well in GT9. Like, people forget like they died in GT9.
Yeah, that did happen. Yeah.
Kamachi finally did the virtual on thing, but not permanent. Maybe he'll get another chance. Who knows?
And I'd kill to see that in an anime, and then posting that clip on Twitter and just confusing everybody who doesn't keep up with.
Just end the series there. Just end it there. Just don't air the rest of the episodes.
The Railgun only fans would freak out.
Yeah, but it's gonna be such like. It's just such a. I don't know. Is novelty the right word? Like, it's just like, okay, shock moment. But is it a shock moment because you know what you get with Index? Like, come on.
I think it's just a shock to see those characters in particular like dead.
Yeah, true.
Like whether you know they're not permanently dead or not, it's just sort of like shocking to see them dead.
Yep, I suppose so. But yeah, shall we go back to 11? So what else do we have? Oh yeah, why does Terma still have a Magic Breaker? This is something I want to discuss because, yeah, I mean, a Magic Breaker technically is in his body, which is his corpse, but after death, a Magic Breaker is supposed to transfer to a different person or object in history. That's why Othinus didn't kill him permanently, but this never happened because, yeah, I mean, he's got it in this other phase in 11, and then obviously when he comes back again in 12, which we'll get on to, he has it there. Why is this? I mean, a Magic Breaker is shown to exist in different phases at once, I guess. It's the reference point. Well, it's the reference point for the entire world, so it's beyond the phases in that regard. But why would it stay with him? Does it have like an effect beyond the material realm? What do you guys think?
I mean, even the novel, I think, for a bit sort of built up whether or not Toma had a Magic Breaker or not. Like he wasn't.
Yeah.
I don't think he was like immediately using it, and even he wasn't sure if he had it. To me, it sort of made sense just because we know like heaven and hell are their own individual phases, and like if a magic god can alter the phases or do whatever, like we saw in NT9, and Magic Breaker can sort of just coexist or just exist in all of those phases unchanged. I don't feel like there is necessarily a limitation to which a Magic Breaker. Like, I don't think there's a rule that says a Magic Breaker has to be tied to a physical entity, right? Or like in a specific phase. And then because I also was wondering what happens with like the dragons, right? If Toma dies. So in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, so does a Magic Breaker have to stay on his physical body, or else the dragons go wild, or do the dragons die with Toma and like they're in this metaphysical body now? And I'm sort of like probably they go with Toma, like maybe they're like chained to him on like a soul level. And hence, a Magic Breaker sort of following through like that also makes sense. Because Magic Breaker is sort of interpreted to have its own... I don't want to say thoughts, but like its own desires, right?
Yeah.
Like it wants to do something, and we just don't really know what that something is. But it may be tied to the dragons.
Well, yeah, I mean, it represents obviously the conscious minds of magicians, doesn't it? To stick to the current world. So I guess that is its subconscious. Reason.
I just feel like it's probably evolved to a point where it has its own goals.
Right. Okay. But yeah, I mean, about like. Yeah, I suppose like when you had the Othinus arc thing where obviously she didn't want Terma to die. She didn't know what phase it would go to. So I guess that is consistent because, yeah, obviously she didn't know where it would appear. It could have gone in any of the phases. I suppose that does make sense in that way, because otherwise, if it was just in the same phase, then that would make it a lot easier for Othinus, I think. But no, that makes sense, I guess. But yeah, there's just a lot of unanswered questions about Imagine Breaker and the Dragons. I still want some more clarification about, the whole death thing with Toma and its relationship to Imagine Breaker. I hope we get that in GT13.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
Ron's on. Yeah.
Whoa! Spoiler! No, I was kidding.
We'll see. Did you want to touch upon any of that, Othinus?
Nah, honestly, Malcolm, he kind of hit everything I was thinking of saying. I honestly don't really have much to add to that. I really don't.
Okay. But yeah, going on to one of the best things about Genesis Testament as a whole, like Toma's character. Like, I don't know about you guys, but okay, we had the heights of, like NT9 and 10, and yeah, other volumes as well, NT14 with Toma and Kron's on Arc, but I just really enjoyed Toma's character in Genesis Testament. Obviously, the death thing isn't coming into the equation in terms of like, killing Toma off too much. In terms of his just actual character, I've just really enjoyed like the direction that Kamachi's took him. I just think it's super interesting, and it's honestly made me like Toma more. But I think at the same time, Toma's really is the main focus in Genesis Testament. I feel like Hamazaru and Accelerator have really just become side characters. I feel like this is more Toma Testament than it's ever been. It's crazy. But Toma in this volume, like, he's somewhat influenced by the Fate version of Hell. He's acting unusual. He's not really bothered about saving like the sinners who are in this Fate version of Hell, or I think it was the sinners who were condemned. And the fact, Anna Kingsford also has to make him snap out of it. Like, Anna Kingsford, her role is basically to make Toma convince Toma to live. And Toma's, even after like seeing Index, I think in like a little, I don't know how you describe it. Like, you got like a glimpse of Index in the physical world, about how she reacted to his death, and I think he's like pretty nonchalant about it. But it's like Anna Kingsford's words that convince him. So he's been influenced massively, and then right at the end, it's consistent with the volume, because right at the end, Anna Kingsford and CRC sacrifice themselves, literally going to the depths of hell. And CRC admit, like, at the end, CRC's accepts that Toma should live and not him, which is a good way to round off his character. But yeah, and Toma of old, he would not accept that. Like, Toma in Old Testament, he was the guy who would not accept like a single casualty, or he had to literally save everyone. But often this arc onwards, I just feel like over time, I know the fake hell's influenced him, but at the same time, it is just like the Genesis Testament 9 stuff where he embraced like his dark side and KNT and the dragons and that, when he normally would never do that. I feel like Toma's character has shifted, and I really find it fascinating. And what do you guys think about Toma's character in Genesis Testament and this volume?
I think you make a good point that we're sort of seeing a shift in Toma's character. I think we're sort of seeing Toma's ideals being challenged, and him having to conform what his ideals mean into a more realistic manner. Like, can he Toma wants to save everybody earlier on, right? Like, earlier on, Toma's goal would have been, I'm going to save myself, but first and foremost, I'm going to save Anna Kingsford, and for whatever reason, I'm going to save Johan too, and they're going to go up the staircase with me or without me. But whenever... I think the goal that Kamachi wants Toma to learn in GT is that sometimes you have to be selfish.
Yeah.
So, like, for example, I mean, the whole character dynamic right now between him and Alice is he he's like, okay, I can die because I died to save Alice, right? Like that's my goal. I don't care if I die because I'm gonna save Alice. But him achieving his goal really just hurts Alice. So he, as a character, has to realize, oh, even though in my mind achieving my goal means everybody walks out with a smile, if my goal contradicts what they desire, in which like my idea is like, oh, I die, I'm selfless, so they'll be happy. But I think Index, Makoto, Misaki, they all want Toma to be selfish and sort of care more about himself, because their happiness sort of stems largely from, is Toma safe? And like with Alice, teacher is safe. I get to be with teacher. So I think that's where we're going with this, is we just have reached a point where it's like, okay, Toma has to take into account everybody's feelings, including his own, and not just everybody's happy by being able to live. There's more to happiness than just living, right?
Yeah.
So I think that's what we're seeing with Toma.
But I'm pretty sure he's been becoming more selfish ever since NT9, which is, again, why Aeon's got really good character progression and why he's basically doing whatever he wants. He is being selfish. So, I mean, it's been a long build-up, but I think it's being done very, very well, except for the dying over and over.
Yeah.
For that. You're right. That's now that you said that, and now like when you said that, I actually thought about that, and I'm like, man, damn, you're right. He really has died a lot. So yeah, that's kind of
I think like in GT9 or NT9, it was selfish for himself and purely himself, whereas now he's sort of understanding that he can make others happy by being selfish.
Yes.
And
That's a good way to look
desiring
at
to
it.
live. Yeah.
Yeah. Hit the nail on the coffin there, I think.
Malcolm's making up for last time for being late.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do think like Old Testament Toma, if Old Testament Toma was in this situation, I think he would have jumped into the real hell with Anna Kingsford and CRC. I do think that.
Yeah.
I think he would have refused to go up the staircase. Which would have been interesting. I mean, that's an interesting, like, just theory.
What if?
Or, yeah, what if scenario, yeah. Imagine if Toma did go, yeah. But we don't know what the real hell is fully like. Yeah, we would. But yeah, just we'll move on to the next volume very shortly. There was also like a little seed of doubt that CRC was planting in Toma. He was kind of acting like Lucifer in his own way, by whispering stuff into Toma's ear, saying that, is Anna Kingsford evil or not? Because she's suspiciously nice. She's just like so nice. Did you guys ever doubt Anna Kingsford in this volume? Because
hell no.
No. Like the problem with that like point that Kamachi was doing, trying to like sow those seeds of doubt, is like Johan is just not the good character you want to like plant those seeds, because we already just by default distrust him because we have no reason to trust him over Anna Kingsford. Like the only reason you would is like, well, Anna Kingsford, like what she's doing sure is sort of suspicious, but like Johan is way more suspicious in literally everything he does. So it's like, why would I even like consider like him saying that makes me think Anna is more trustworthy.
Yeah, that's fair. So yeah, I mean, it wasn't enough for a plot twist, really. But no, it was okay. So I think that covers mostly everything I wanted to touch upon, other than little details that don't matter too much. I mean, there was the final fight was kind of whatever, but we talked about that a little. Obviously, like CRC wasn't able to use all of his magic because being in hell, he was restricted to the clip-off only, which is why he didn't use a lot of his usual magic from Genesis Testament 9. So Tomo was able to win quite convincingly. Yeah, what are you guys thinking about the volume? Like, what's your rating for it? What's your final score for it?
Being realistic and not judging it based off Boob Mountain, I have to give it like a 6.7, 6.9 out of 10. It wasn't like overly good, but it wasn't overly bad. But the arc had to happen. This phase had to happen, though.
Yeah.
Well, you...
I'd probably give it a 6. Like, I feel like the material we were given was... There was a lot of potential that was just not even touched, and it doesn't feel like we can go back to this and have a do-over, so... I'm disappointed in that way. Like, it wasn't like a horrible book, and I hate it. It's not, like, boring like Ice Boats was. It's just sort of, like... disappointing in that there was potential, and the concept itself was more exciting than how it was executed. So like a 6.
Yep. Couldn't agree more. I mean, yeah, the Dante's Inferno index style signed me up, but yeah, it just didn't deliver fully for me. So yeah, I was really hyped up for this, and I already made a review of this if you guys have seen it, excuse me. But yeah, there's just so many loose ends for me in this, and while I mean, I think this volume has more interesting concepts than GT4, which is the Los Angeles volume, but it's on like the same level as that for me, because of how disappointing it was, and yeah, the loose plot threads and that. So yeah, I'll probably rate it. I think I already gave it a rating of like 6, like you guys did, or I don't think I gave it a 5. I think it's like heresy for me to rate an index volume a 5 or lower.
Yeah, I feel like at 5, it's like this is when things are considered bad, right?
Mid.
It's worse than bad, because something can be really bad and it's memorable because of that, but like when it's 5, it's like it was so average you just don't remember it, right? Which I think actually goes, because like me and Othinus, we both have like a really hard time even remembering what happened in this novel.
Yeah. It's
right.
rough.
So I think that goes to show just how unmemorable it was for most people.
A lot of it was also just getting from A to Z. Like, they were just doing like random side quests, like trying to cross the lake or whatever, and it's like, oh, we need to find this item to get to the next place, and it wasn't that interesting. There was some like funny moments between the characters, and I think they had good chemistry, but yeah, a lot of it was kind of unnecessary. But yeah. Oh, well.
Johan was likable, but I didn't care enough about Johan to begin with to care about him getting a character arc like that. So,
yeah, fair enough. Okay, shall we talk about Genesis Testament 12?
I guess.
Yeah, I guess.
Well, we're not talking about 13, are we? Definitely not talking about 13 yet. We can go expectations maybe afterwards if you guys want to do that, but obviously we can't. Okay. I don't want to discuss like any of the leaked spoilers or images, because nope, I do not want to talk about them.
So Malcolm, let me tell you. Let me start this off, right? So when GT13 first started, and like I think it was at the time when the first chapter was only translated, this motherfucker Aeon fucking DM'd me, and he was like, "Yo, do you want to see the downgrade accelerator got, or the power scaling is lower?" And I'm sitting here like, "Bro, are you fucking serious, man?" Like, the first thing this dude sends me out of anything Toaru related is power scaling, the downscaling of accelerator, which it wasn't really a downscale. Okay, well. Kind of is.
Listen, instead
of 10 trillion % solos Goku, now we only 9 trillion % solos Goku.
You better shut your beautiful mouth.
Listen, no GT13 spoilers. Come on, guys. Yeah, that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter.
GT3. Wait, no, GT13. No, GT12. I'm talking about GT12.
No. The thing you mentioned was about 13, but it doesn't matter. All right,
Wait,
so
was that? No.
Yeah, because that's the latest volume that's coming out.
The fight with Alistair? That one? No, that was GT12, right? Or am I tripping?
Yeah. Okay, no. Oh, right. You're talking about... Wait, I'm confused.
In the first chapter, when Accelerator was fighting
Yes.
that's what I was talking about. I don't know what you were talking about.
Oh, okay.
But also at the very end.
I'll tell you after the podcast.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll tell you. I got confused with something. But it'll make sense to you once I mention it. Okay, so... Yep. Genesis Testament 12. So yeah, this is Terma's funeral. This is My Chemical Romance Index style. At least for the first 2 chapters. Then we get something
that second
different.
chapter
But
is wild.
This volume was controversial. Do you guys remember this volume, or do you want me to do a rundown?
All right.
I remember it for the most part.
So is this the... Okay, so I'm going to have to do a quick TLDR of this because I kind of forgot. Is this the one where he was I think it's the second chapter where he was running around and all this stuff outside the coffin, right? Is that the chapter? And then like Styles in it, right? Is this am I in the right area?
Yes,
and then okay, and then like the old beautiful Egyptian woman is back and the other Chinese one is back. Is this one, right? I'm not tripping, right?
Yeah, no, that's the right one. And
that was towards the end though, right?
Yeah, I couldn't. It feels like forever. Sorry, I just had to remind myself because I really couldn't remember. That's why I had to just double check.
Yeah, no worries. Just wanted to give a shout out to JDFVA for the $1 super chat. Thank you for supporting the stream. Appreciate you. But yeah, so this is a volume of 2 halves. So we get the everyone's reaction to Terma's death kind of thing, and also some shenanigans with Misa, and then second half is. Yeah, Terma's back, and a lot of crazy stuff happens. So, yeah, this volume was controversial because I guess people didn't like how Terma came back, or they're expecting him to be dead for longer. I don't know. Like, what do you guys make of it all? Do you like this volume? Do you hate it? Like, what do you think of the controversy, etc.?
I feel like the problems people have with it sort of stem from like the problems we had with GT11, with how Toma comes back in such like a simplistic, well, not quite simplistic, but it's sort of like a anticlimactic on the living side. Like he just sort of comes back, out of nowhere.
I thought it was actually okay. It fits the tone of the story and his character. And how all the events and how it all transpires around Toma like that, I feel like it actually plays kind of well into it. It does seem kind of like, predictable, but because it's predictable, it's because it makes sense to you as it's already happened before. It's kind of like a nostalgia feeling. So I think it fits in kind of well and how it was executed, but I can see where people wouldn't like it because of how it was executed, if that makes sense.
I think... There's to me it's sort of confusing how it works, right? So they end GT11 with the fake out death. Oh, see, he's already been emptied out, right? They already did everything to get him ready to be burned or whatever. So the idea then is oh, so can Toma just not come back because he doesn't have organs or things you need to live.
Oh yeah, he came back when he was in the
oven.
In the oven. Yeah, he was trying to. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. And then he was naked too, right?
No, he was wearing the.
It was a white robe.
Gown with the
gown. Yeah,
white headband thing.
Oh my god. Oh, the triangle. Yeah. I remember.
Yeah. But yeah, so at that point, he had already gone under the knife and he was just about to be burned. So I guess his organs and everything just sort of grew back. Normally they sew your eyes and stuff or glue them or whatever they do after you die. And to point degrees. Like they had coins under his eyes, if I remember correctly, and they had the cloth down his throat. I was just sort of like confused about like the logistics of how like all of this sort of happens. Like, I guess Toma, when you just come back to life the way he did, your organs grow back and your brain just sort of works. There was no like process to it that made sense in my mind, right? Like Toma regenerating like that just, it's one thing if it's his arm, it's another thing whenever it's everything else, right?
Yeah, I mean, I know, like some people didn't like how he came back and everything, but I kind of, I don't want to say I kind of look past it, but it's more I'm like, I don't know if you guys see my review of this volume, but I really like this volume. It's one of my favorites in Genesis Testament, and the reason for that is I just like Kamachi is taking upon like the concept of death and showing us like the impact of someone's death and giving that person the chance to come back and see their impact on the world and how people try to move on. And I think that's an interesting concept and theme, and I think he does pull it off quite well with the style stuff later on as well. There's parts of the volume which I thought were kind of unnecessary. Like I didn't really get the whole biosecure plot line. I mean, I don't know if anything will transpire out of that.
Really understand. So, like, it's sort of hinting like this happened before something, if I remember correctly. Like, this isn't like... This is like a precaution that they've put forth in case somebody, like, comes back to life or something. I'm not really sure how that whole thing happened with the biosecure stuff.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. I completely forgot about the biosecure stuff. That was chapter 2, right? Was that?
Yeah, kind of. They get involved in
Like,
chapter 2. They're basically running Toma's funeral. They're the ones like preventing Toma's parents from attending. Like it's a whole fucking conspiracy.
Yeah.
It's a whole conspiracy.
It was all yeah. I remember that. Yeah, okay, now I do. Bro, it was so irrelevant. I forgot about it. Oh my goodness.
I think what bugged me is I didn't really like how comedically focused a lot of it was, right? Like Toma comes back, it should be this big dramatic thing, like Misaki and Misaka are there. Toma comes back, just nobody knows what to do, and then he jumps out a window, and just everybody's like, what? And then they get sealed in, and it feels like there was a lot of lacking reactions to this.
Like, I will say though, I did like the perspectives that it gave us, because I think if I remember right, it gave us a perspective from like 3 different characters at that point. Maybe I'm wrong, or was it 2? I don't remember. Yo, y'all gotta help me out. I can't remember if there was more perspective.
I liked seeing a lot of Toma's class. I think we saw. From whose perspective did we get to see through like Toma's class?
Wasn't it
Fukiyoshi
Misaka?
and Ogami.
Oh no,
Misaka and Ogami.
No, I'm talking about at the
Fukiyoshi.
funeral, but also them too. Yeah, I remember they had a perspective there. But was it when he was? I don't remember, dude. I can't remember. It's been so long. I just remember there were different perspectives, and I like that.
Yeah, it was mainly Fukiyoshi and Aogami from Toma's class, and then Misaka and Misaki. They were like the focal points.
I'm just curious, like, how do you return Toma to the status quo, right? Like, after this. Like, his classmates all just attended his funeral. How does he go back to school? What do you do with his parents?
You see, Malcolm, Index, the status quo never changes. Like,
You're
when
right.
has the status quo of Index ever changed?
It's
just all the same.
It's true, because, like, I really hate that, like, argument of people complaining about the status quo never changing, even though, like, to them, it's typically like, oh, well, Toma's just still a student and he's living at home still, and like his status quo never changed. It's like, that's not what matters in Index specifically. To me, Toma returning to the status quo of his life in particular, while the world changes around him, is generally like I see that as symbolic of his character and what it represents in Imagine Breaker being a reset button, a return to form for the universe. So like while the world changes around Toma, the idea is like he'll always sort of maintain his status quo, right? Because that's normalcy. But I don't know how you return to that as Toma from here.
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, I'm really not sure. Obviously, I think there's there is and has been a dramatic impact upon Toma's return. But I guess it depends how it pans out and what the plan is for the rest of GT. But yeah, I just want to cover like a few things. Like, should we talk about like the volume in two halves? So like chapter 1 and 2 first, and then
I think
second
like
half.
before Toma revives and after Toma revives, right? Because that's sort of
yeah.
a
Very
distinct turning point.
Yeah. I mean, the first half, I enjoyed it. I mean, there were some comedic moments, but I feel like when you do go to like someone's funeral, it's not just all, well, I don't know about you guys, but I mentioned this in my review. You do meet like old family and friends and that, and sometimes you do meet up to have a drink before and after, and sometimes you do use like humor a little bit to lighten the mood because it, is quite depressing, and you don't just want to be, I mean, some people use humor as a way to, cope with bad things. That's not to say you make cracking jokes during the funeral, but I mean like before and after. So obviously there's a time and place. But no, I enjoyed the tone this volume, like seeing Index like pack her stuff out of Toma's room, and that was kind of depressing. And we get Itsu a cameo. Can you believe it?
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
And what really stood out to me was like Toma's like parents in the Zoom call, because I was thinking like, why the hell are they not there? Because I was thinking like, Kamachi, this is ridiculous. Like, why would Toma's parents not be allowed into Academy City? Like, Accelerator would allow them. Like, I refuse to believe that Accelerator would ban them even in this time of crisis. Like, come on. But yeah, and I found out they were basically reading off a script, and it was all like it's biosecure, like preventing them from coming. And it's like, I felt really sorry for them at the moment. I felt like, wow. I was like, holy shit. Like, that had an impact on me. I don't know about you guys. What did you guys think?
It threw me off until I saw like one of the Kiharas show up, and then it was like, oh, it's a Kihara thing. Yeah, it makes sense like why Accelerator would allow these things to happen. It's because he probably didn't, because of Kihara's doing their thing. So I just think it would have been nice if we got a better explanation as to what their goals were, because I feel like that's sort of what makes the bio part of the story not as strong, as we just don't really know what's going on in that regard. We didn't really get the plan fleshed out or anything, and I'm sure we'll get it fleshed out in the next book. But even like some sort of red herring or something would have been nice, just to sort of feel like there is a purpose to them being there at this point. But it was, I think what bugged me the most is like the level of like finality there was to Toma's death in everybody's eyes. Like, I feel like there were a lot of characters that wouldn't be accepting it as simply as they did,
Yeah.
Like Misaki and Misaka, especially with Misaki's backstory. Like, yeah, they were joking around, and that can be used as like a coping mechanism. But that seemed like the kind of thing where one or the other would be like locked away from the world for like either out of denial or like lack of purpose, because like their whole thing in GT so far has been, well, how can we help Toma, right? How can we become useful to him? And him dying should have represented like, oh, we failed. We weren't able to be useful in time. He's gone. And it was weird to me how like everyone sort of just accepted it as it is. Like Index is getting ready to leave Toma's house. Misaka and Misaki are just attending his funeral. All of his classmates attending his funeral. Accelerator, I didn't seem to have anything in mind. Apparently the only person who didn't feel any level of finality was a random Kihara. And then I guess Alistair, it sort of mind broke Alistair.
Yeah.
But I got to see a bit more of... Because that just sort of happens at the end. I got to see a bit more of Kamachi fleshing that out in the next book. To really decide whether or not I like the Alistair angle or not. But that's sort of my feeling in terms of like up to that moment, right? Is it just felt off.
I think like the reason why we didn't get those, intense reactions is because we had like little moments in Genesis Assessment 10 at the end, very briefly, and also when we cut back to Index and 11. I think that's them reacting to the death, and I think it's had time to process because it's a funeral, so it's a bit after the death. So I think they've accepted it now, at least for the most part. So, but yeah, I mean, fair points otherwise. Othinus, do you have anything to say?
Not in particular. Like I'm not gonna lie, dude. Like I kind of wish we did like this review like after we read it, because like I'm just trying to remember everything. I'm reading a little bit on the side while you're talking, just to see if I can get more memories to come back. And it's hard, man. It's hard, bro. I'm not gonna lie. It's hard to remember this stuff.
That's cool.
The TLDR, yeah, I'm like you, Aeon. It would piss me off if I was in their position. I know I was a little bit mad when I read that.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, concerning Biosecure, yeah, I thought the Kihara was... We don't really know anything about her motives, like Mal said. She was an okay character. We don't know if... she bit her own tongue. I would have thought, like, Misaka and Misaki would have questioned her. I mean, it actually states that, oh yeah, they don't even bother to, like, read her mind. Or Shoko doesn't use mental out on her for some reason, and it's hinting that she was afraid, and I don't really get that, to be honest. It's just a little bit strange.
I can understand that. Like, it's a Kihara, right? Like, you can't rely on, like, the usual methods, because you always have to assume that they've planned for it, right?
I suppose. But yeah, Misa. What do you guys think about Shoko's outfit? Because this, like, caused a stir on Twitter. Oh boy.
It made sense. I think it was a very in-character thing for Shokoho to do, and then Makoto was just dressed up like a housewife, it shows an immediate dichotomy, right? Like Shokoho's doing a Western style, and Misaka's doing a Eastern style funeral outfit. And both are sort of like weeping spouses, right? But I think it sort of captured both their characters, like how they immediately it's like, oh yeah, they're both pretending to be like the sad wife, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, all things considered, I think that was in character. I just sort of was disappointed that they sort of didn't do much in the end of the book. Like, they were just there, And it was like, oh, now they're gonna get their chance to shine. Maybe they'll escape with Toma and protect him. No, he just jumped out a window, and now they're like confused.
Well, they got to destroy some powered suits. I mean, when I was reading that, I was like, that was part of the volume where I was like bored. That was like the moment I was like, yes. Can I move on to like Terror stuff?
Yeah, it was very clear like that what they're doing didn't really matter in the scheme of the storyline. It was just sort of daycare for them.
Yeah, true. Othinus, what did you think of Shoko's outfit? Is it thumbs
Beautiful.
up from you or thumbs down?
I mean, with Misaki being one of my favorite characters in Toaru, I mean, it does fit her character. I do like blondes, but yeah, absolutely, it was very good, very well designed by Kamachi. He just give a little standing ovation.
Oh, Haimura.
Yeah, well, it's a joint effort. It was.
Well, yeah. Look, listen. Gotta love the girls with the funeral core drip. Just saying.
Yeah.
I approve.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, moving on from Misa. Yeah, well, they're just permanently attached to each other. They're basically glued to each other at this point, even though they don't like each other. Makes perfect sense. Don't overthink it.
I like it. I like it when they're two together. There's always some fun interaction between them.
Are you being sarcastic?
No, I'm being serious. I like it when they're together. I just like it part of the story.
Once upon a time,
I don't know quite as much.
Once upon a time, I enjoyed them together, but it's run its course.
No, shut up. No one asked your opinion, Aeon. It's good. Keep it as it is.
I sort of understand with Misaka, like, why she's there, because like Kamachi's been pretty upfront about it, like, oh yeah, she just got really popular, so I sort of have to add her in now. And then I don't quite know if he feels the same way about Misaki, or if she was meant to be a more mainstay to begin with. At this current point, it just sort of feels like they both got so popular, he sort of just has to have them in there.
No complaints from me.
Rather than like splitting them up and making it complicated, he's just like, yeah, both those characters I just accidentally wrote too well. They'll stay over there and do their thing, and they won't get in the way. But they're there. Look. So
true.
They're set dressing at this point.
Yep. Okay, what did you guys think about Alistair and Accelerator in part 1, where they have the little scuffle, and Alistair's reaction to Terma's death? He was a clone Terma. I thought that was kind of crazy.
That was true, yeah. I was happiest with Alistair because he didn't have that finality, right? He wanted some way to bring Toma back. And Accelerator just sort of respected what had happened. So, yeah, I'd say Alistair was definitely an MVP for this book.
Yeah. I just think, yes, it's a testament to, pun intended, testament to how Alistair's development is, and his relationship with Terma, how that's developed over the course of time. That, yeah, at the start of Old Testament, he viewed Terma as just his tool, his ultimate weapon, basically, that he would insert into different situations to obviously progress his plan, and he just viewed him as an object, basically. He didn't view him as a person. He basically just wanted to manipulate everyone in Academy City. They were all just his guinea pigs and underlings. But now it's gotten to the point where, yeah, I mean, Terma and Accelerator are basically his adopted sons, and he's basically a father or mother figure towards them. And yeah, the fact that I think Terma's death kind of brought back a little bit of that possessive side of Alistair towards Terma, because Terma is Alistair's most valuable asset and always has been. So he doesn't want to lose that, and he wants to violate any taboo necessary to bring him back, and that obviously fits in with Alice's past as well. But his emotion is, you know, human as well. He's not doing it out purely just for his plan. He's kind of ditched his plan now. It's all about not wanting to let go, and we can all relate to that in a way, not wanting to let go of someone who has you know, passed away or moved on or whatever. But yeah, I thought it was a really powerful exchange between Accelerator and Alistair. Obviously, like, Accelerator, his relationship with Toma is also complicated because Accelerator also admires Toma, but he just wants Alistair to respect the dead and respect Toma for who he was. So you got the two different sides, I guess. Othinus, as Accelerator's biggest fanboy, what did you think of that little character moment for Accelerator?
I thought it actually was perfectly executed because with his character development throughout, you know, the Little Sisters arc all the way up to here, this fits his character to a T, like, perfectly. So I thought it was executed very well. I love the dichotomy between the two because they're both trying to respect Toma in their own ways, which is just even more interesting in my opinion. I did like the, you know, the little scuffle, if that's what you want to call it, that they had. But no, I thought it was beautiful. And then, you know, and we get to the part later on with the other things and stuff.
Oh boy. Yep.
Oh yeah. Dude, I remember when you texted me about that too. He's like, "Bro, you gotta read the ending right now." Dude. I will tell you, man. I was shocked.
So was Alistair. He was shot from above.
So was Alistair. Yeah, so was he. Or she, he, that, it, whatever.
I'm coming out with the puns here, flipping heck. Anyway, also, guys, do you think? Well, Aogami is usually the comic relief character, but we've got a bit of, like, you know, emotional or deep thought from him. I think he mentioned, like, he asked, like, Fukuyose, "Oh, why do people die so easily?" It's like a bit. We're getting a bit more to Aogami's character in Genesis Testament. I don't know if it's a red herring for the obvious, which is the Ihana thing. But what do you guys think about Aogami?
He's still the rank 6 Esper level.
Yeah, it's definitely
it's still him.
Kamachi's been hinting at it since the beginning.
Mm.
Since the side story where he soloed both Alistair and Laura, what's her name?
Croft? No, not Croft. What the fuck?
See, I was trying to. That was the same name I was trying to keep from saying.
Oh my god! I don't know why they just. I didn't even think about whatever, dude. Laura. Fuck. What's her name? Dude, this is bad, man. I'm forgetting everything, dude.
Laura, Lola, Coronzon, call her what you want.
Yeah. Whenever Aogami soloed both of them, just off screen in that one side story.
Oh my goodness.
Yep.
Yeah, that's Kamachi was just straight up going, "Yeah, he's the number 6, guys." You're still questioning it? It's not even a mystery.
I suppose not. All right, shall we move on to Toma's role in part 2 of the volume after he's revived?
Yeah.
So yeah, he basically evades capture from the biosecure fodders, and he bumps into Alice, and Alice is very upset and feels remorse for what she has done. Well, she killed Toma, but she's not rampant anymore. She is pretty tame, and they go back to their apartment, and they get a knock on the door from none other than Style Magnus. Like, were you guys expecting Style to appear and be like the main antagonist of this volume? Because I certainly wasn't.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm so tired of Style ever since.
I'm Styles' biggest defender. Like, I'll come in clutch here. Right?
After what happened in LA, I'm just like, man, get that guy out of here.
Get that guy out. That's what. Dude, honestly, like, when I first saw Style with the two, I guess, can we just say it at this point, Aeon?
Yeah,
the two people that was coming to him. the magic gods that were with them, not only was I thrown for a loop, but why Style out of anybody? Okay, like, you know what? It makes sense. Okay, it makes sense, kinda. But it still just pisses me off a little bit. And I'm even now, I don't know if I just forgot. Where do these two gods come from? I thought they were gone. I can't remember, dude.
I was just like, who invited my boy looking at Style with those two? Like, who invited this guy?
They just went back
This
on
is
their
like
road
the
trip in
indie
England.
rock band opening up for like AC/DC or something. Like, what are you doing here?
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah. I mean, after New Testament 22, well, I thought that, Nephthys, well, she got, like, hit by Accelerator's cloth spears, and she wasn't meant to regenerate, but she's got a full body back now for some reason. And, Nyang Nyang, yeah, we don't really know. I guess they just hopped off the Royal Yacht Britannia, and then they just went on a road trip again with Haimura. I don't know. The Haimura wasn't there but on their own. But yeah, it's kind of been a mystery what they've been up to. But Styles seemingly has convinced them, hey, come with me because you can fight Toma and kill him. But no, it's like, I think, what was their reason for going? I think it was like, because Toma's been in contact with like those special people, Kingsford and Johan, and come back from the dead. I think that they've taken interest in that because, as you know, like the magic gods, they just kind of do their own thing. They don't really have any motives. They just want to cause trouble and have fun and fight. That's all they want to do. So I guess they were like, oh, sign me up. We don't care about your personal vendetta style. We'll just tag along for the shits and giggles. But yeah.
Yeah, how'd you feel about with Alice in that situation? I feel like Kamachi sort of like depowered her or something. Like, I feel like she's been nerfed in order to just.
No.
It's kind of weird because I didn't take note of this. So obviously she's stalemating the magic gods in a way. She's trying to, put them under control. As I think it's explained that, yeah, she doesn't want any collateral damage on Academy City or like around Toma because obviously she wants to protect Toma. But what the volume says, it says this was out of character for the untouchable Alice Another Bible, who could break all the rules to do anything. Did special rules take effect in a conflict between Magic God and Transcendence? So, but at the same time, it's like Alice can like stop time and shit. It's like she doesn't have to like target the magic gods. So I'm a bit confused about that too, but it seems like I get like her magic doesn't work fully on magic gods, or there's like some limits to it against magic gods specifically. But yeah, I'm just like wondering why can't she just do something to the world? But at the same time, she's focusing on protecting the world, so that might be difficult for her to do. I'm not too sure. But yeah, we do know that Alice uses the Sephiroth tree for her magic, and obviously the magic gods seemingly have climbed to pretty much the top level of the Sephiroth. So that also might be why, because they are basically attached to the same tree. But yeah, I don't know.
I did like the interactions that they had between each other, though. That's something I didn't think I'd actually would get to read. But moreover, because Othinus and Index, they're somewhere else right now. I don't remember where they're at right now. But it'd be super cool to have Othinus and then, Nephthys and Yang Yang like actually talk and have dialogue again. Or what was it? I don't remember. But that'd be so cool. Man, my memory is so fuzzy.
Yeah, you'd think Style would have just showed up, picked up Index, and then whenever he heard Toma was alive, just never tell her.
Right. You know what? All right. So do you think Style is actually going to become a magic god? I know we briefly talked about this forever ago, but like...
I mean, this whole point was not letting him reach that point, right?
No, I thought it... What?
Wasn't that like... the point of the fight, or like a large chunk of the fight, was like not letting Style sort of continue down the path he's walking.
Yeah, well, even though he basically got the powers of both Neptis and Yang Yang through like some rune magic shit, and then he's got it instantly like solo. Well, I mean, it's basically without Accelerator, I think Style would have won. Honestly,
bro, that's crazy.
Honestly, I do. He had so much prep. Like he had like the ultimate trump card. Like I feel like if he didn't get zapped out the sky. Like, how the hell is Terma meant to hit him if he just, like, flies like he was doing?
Oh,
throw
man.
things. Duh.
I mean, he's got that... Like, Terma also made that gun, like, out of spare bike parts while he was fighting Style. I was like, how the hell did he do that? That was ridiculous. And I don't think Terma is capable to do that. I was like, what? Like, I can imagine Alice doing that, but I can't imagine Terma doing that. I mean, come on. A functioning gun out of spare bike parts? Like, what the hell is this?
Yeah.
Bullshit. That's what I didn't like about the fight. But everything else I liked.
Everything else I liked.
Yeah. I really like Styles' character. You know.
So where do you think they're going to take Style?
I like it.
Yeah, like, but what do you think they're going to take Style from this point on then, given everything that we read so far?
Hopefully a funeral home.
Oh my god, dude.
Either he's going to stay bitter. Well, I think or he's going to accept Terma's death and he's going to redeem himself. But yeah, he literally, like, Style turned to evil in this arc. Like, literally, he just wanted to kill Terma, like, straight up. But at the same time, I understand why he wanted to kill Terma, because he saw Toma's existence as, like, he should no longer exist in this world. Like, the world should move on. Like, you have no right to exist anymore. Like, you can't just come back, break the laws of reality, and then just pick up everything like nothing else happened.
Says the guy partnering with two magic gods to break the rules of reality.
Listen, he does his own thing, okay? He's got his own, perception. But
I mean, I usually like read it as it's still like based on like Index herself, because he has that attachment to her. So like the longer it takes to get rid of Toma, the longer he is separated from Index.
Yeah, I mean, he's known Index for longer than Terma, and he lost the girl he loves. And listen, I relate to Style because I cosplay as him, and I met Index, so you get me. I
relate to Style because when I get into yard, I practice black magic to kill the man who stole my woman.
Listen, I get it. He wishes he was Terma. Terma did what he could never do, and he finally sees, it's his chance to be with that girl he loves and hopefully make amends and restart that relationship with her, hopefully in England. But Terma has to throw spanner in the works and ruin it. So no, I get it. It's consistent, but I do think like it definitely brought out the worst in Style. I think Terma's death just made him like want to capitalize upon the situation and just kind of manipulate things into his own way. At least that's how I imagine it in my head. But then Terma's reappearance has ruined that for him, and Style just can't let go. Style can't move on. So
yeah, so Kamachi needs to kill him. I agree.
No, I like it. Like, people complain, say, the OG cast of Index, well, the older characters hardly appear, and when they appear, it's like nothing. But when Kamachi does something new with a older character, they don't like it. I mean, I get it. Like, Style is a dick, but
Well, okay, there's doing something new with an older character, but none of this is new with the style. I mean, like, his methods are new, but man, his character's been. I hate Toma.
Yeah, no.
Wait, hold on a second. Sorry, what?
He was not willing to kill. He was not willing to kill Toma. I mean, I know he's torturing him in the Tower of London and that, but he was.
I mean, in LA, he did try to shoot him.
Yeah, well, come on.
Well, I mean, like, boom.
Come on, Toma getting shot is nothing.
Okay, but I mean, like, not for what does it? Think about what that means symbolically. A magic side character style hates Toma so much that he is willing to break one of the rules, pull a gremlin, grab a gun, shoot Toma, and be like, "Yep, he's dead," and walk away. Like, I feel like we're going really far with style here. Like, I feel like he's willing to use science methods. He's willing to turn into a magic god wannabe. And then, like, what do we do with style at this point?
All right. We could either make him regret his actions and then like
well, that's not working.
To save Index. No, if I was writing Index, if I was writing Toaru, I would make him like reflect and then you know, make the sacrifice for Index and Toma.
Yeah, and
I would do that.
I agree.
And that would round off his character well. That would give him that would make people like him again as well.
Yeah.
Like, okay, respect your style.
Malcolm.
Even though you made mistakes and that you were consumed by hatred and bitterness.
Now that you're dead, I agree.
Malcolm, you're gonna love this. So today is actually the birthday of the voice actor who voice acts style. Just so you know.
English or Japanese?
Japanese.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Aeon already knew that. Fucking nerd.
Yeah, I posted it on Twitter.
Oh, did you? I just saw it on Facebook. Yeah. I just saw it. I'm like, oh wow, we're talking about style right now. That's crazy. Oh, yeah, Styles. He's a character, all right.
Unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, Taniyama Kisho. Happy birthday. Hopefully I get to meet him one day.
Please come on the podcast.
Hopefully he sees my cosplay. Hopefully Yuka Iguchi showed him my cosplay. That'd be sick. Or maybe he follows her. Maybe he's seen it that way. So, yeah,
I'll be like, ha ha ha! This white man wishes he was me.
That always be curious, like how many of like, you know, Yuka's colleagues have seen my cosplay through her like social media. It's kind of wild. I don't know.
He doesn't look.
Maybe Kamachi's seen it. You never know. But yeah, did you guys like the fight? Otherwise,
it was a sort of the Alice side of the fight was sort of confusing to follow. I had a really hard time following what was happening there because it's like trying to explain. It's like he's writing the fight, but he's also like explaining like why the fight doesn't work at the same time. Or like how the fight doesn't make sense at the same time. And then like you mentioned with like the Alistair things, like Toma just turns a bike into a gun all of a sudden. And I remember just like I felt like I didn't understand what was happening on either side of this fight. So I didn't care for the fight too much. And on top of that, I was just tired of style at this point.
It was a little confusing. Honestly, I was more captivated by the dialogue between the characters rather than the actual fight this chapter. If I'm being brutally honest. At least when I read it.
Fair play. Yeah. I like that it was a throwback to OT1. I really liked like the different dynamic it was.
Oh yeah, that's it. I when you saying that now, I was thinking that same thought earlier before the podcast too. I like that.
Yeah. Because he's basically hunting down Index in OT1, but this time he's hunting down Toma, which is kind of cool. But yeah, fair points about like the dialogue and that, and obviously, the bike part threw me out the fight a little bit. I was like, basically what Mal said. But one thing that confused me a bit. Well, I'll see what you guys make of this. Like, it was like a passage where you get like the illustration of the two characters fighting, and it's like Kamijo Toma, Star Magnus. They weren't the strongest. They weren't the chosen, etc. And I was like thinking, I kind of get it, but at the same time, Kamijo Toma is the chosen one. Like, like you can't say he's not. But I'm like thinking,
Literally,
you know, I get what Kamachi's trying to say, but it's like it didn't really add up.
Yeah,
What do you
it's
guys
like
think of that?
Kamachi sees Toma and Style as like two sides of the same coin. The problem is
Yeah.
he's the only one who sees that coin. I do not see Style as like some opposing force to Toma. Like, I think most people would say that's like Accelerator or something, or maybe even Alistair.
Agree, 100% agree.
Yeah, I don't know. Kamachi sort of like really cooked Style up in his head as like some like massive imposing force that nobody else sees.
I guess because, you know, they were both Index's Guardian, so you got one Guardian on science side, one on magic.
I guess. But
We'll forget
had, like,
Aureolus,
she
we'll
had,
forget
like-
Izzard.
She had like 10 of those. So like, you know, yeah, Alizar, like we already had a book for that, so let's stop with that. Thanks, Kamachi. I think they can retire now. We're sort of 50 books in past that point. That storyline's sort of concluded.
Yeah, I didn't really just... I got what you're trying to say, but I just don't think it made perfect sense. Like, they weren't chosen. Like, well, what was all the stuff with Alistair building Academy City for Toma? Like, Imagine Breaker choosing Toma. Like, come on. Like, Toma is a chosen one, and that's not a bad thing. Like, there's no other way around it. Like, just being a chosen one, yeah, it's a cliche, but it's not bad. Like, Luke Skywalker isn't a bad character. Oh, sorry, not Luke Skywalker. It's Anakin Skywalker who's the chosen one. But he's isn't a bad character because he's the chosen one. Like, it can work. It's not
I think the
inherently
chosen
a bad
one trope
concept.
has... Yeah, I think the chosen one trope is just one that like people have turned into like a bad thing over time, and a lot of authors are trying to like not approach it like that. Like, they want to write the chosen one character, but they have to come up with a method for like, oh, but they aren't actually the chosen one. They just are just a victim of circumstance. Like I'm gonna write my isekai character, but he's basically Batman in the isekai world. He wasn't special with powers. He gets to just beat people up because he got, I don't know, a random cheat power. It's just...
Yeah. About Batman.
It's become a bad word.
Yeah, sorry. No, I was just going to say about Batman, like, style is Toaru Batman with all the prep time and everything.
Right.
What do you any final thoughts about the fight, or should we move on to the epilogue where, you know, and the aftermath where things get interesting?
Yes, I think we should just go straight to the aftermath and talk about that.
Yeah.
Okay, so, yeah. Essentially, Alistair sees Toma is alive now, and he's like shook, and he's like, "You're here. Where's Anna Kingsford?" And yeah, obviously, like, Alistair's bonded immensely with Anna Kingsford, and I guess, like, going back to like the GT11 thing where I mentioned about Toma being different, that the fact that he didn't save or didn't, you know, try to save Anna Kingsford in CRC. I think that was Alistair's expectation as well. I think Alistair was just like really surprised because Alistair think he should know Toma better than anyone or anyone that's alive. He probably knows Toma better than his parents, and the fact that Toma has not gone and, you know, brought Anna Kingsford with him, I think that also like contributed to his, you know, mental state just going absolutely crazy. He just can't accept the fact that Toma, who he views as his own son and his prized tool, who he's manipulated his entire life, has just done something he did not expect whatsoever, and it's just like, just absolutely mentally fucked him up. And yeah, sorry, go on.
Yeah, I think, I mean, like we're seeing Kronzon sort of take control of the main body now because of Alistair's waning emotions, I guess. I'm curious. Like, we're seeing. My assumption is that this is like the baseline. These are the thoughts that triggered Kronzon to be able to take control. Whether or not Alistair is fully... I don't know to what degree his emotions are being manipulated by Kronzon to sort of feel this way. Like, does it plant these seeds in his mind to make him question it more than he normally would? In order to have that opening. I'm curious how Kamachi's gonna handle Kronzon fight 2, because I don't know. I don't really know what changes from here, because it's the same body technically. Just Alistair's now sort of subdued inside of it rather than the other way around. I don't know. I'm sort of curious what Kamachi does in the next book with this. Cause
I'm kind of nervous to see where it goes from here, because of the introduction of Kronzon again. It kind of reminded me how like Dragon Ball, for example, Frieza came back again, right? People were worried about it when it first happened, but with there being Black Frieza now and an actual kind of interesting arc, I'm hoping the same thing can be translated over to the Toaru series with Kronzon. Like something different but same, if that makes sense. So I'm a little worried.
Yeah, see, that's how I feel.
Yeah, kind of worried a little bit. I mean, it can be done and executed properly, but like, I don't know, man. I don't know where they're going. I don't know what he's thinking.
Like, how do we fill out an entire book with what this left off at, right? Because, like, if the normal thing, like, normally you'd start off with some slice of life stuff. But the way 12 ended, we're sort of, like, going right. Like, the next book has to open right into, like, a climax, right? And it feels like it'll probably be a bit more predictable in that, like, standard fare would be like, oh, something happens, Toma manages to get away, maybe Alice does something. Toma gets away, they sort of resort boundaries and go back and fight them with a different group and overcome adversity. The general stuff that happens in Index. I really just don't know what the book... I just don't know what to expect. Like, I haven't read the summary for the next book. But yeah, I don't know how to feel about where it's leading, because it's just a weird spot for the book to cut off,
Yeah. I just hope we don't get a repeat of New Testament 22. I don't think Kamachi will do that. I think he would have brought Kronzon back for a reason. I don't think he's just going to just do a repeat where it's just, same basic plot structure and that. But I think bringing Kronzon back does offer like some interesting things. Like, I think there are some things unexplored between Index and Kronzon specifically. I know Kamachi has included Index in Genesis Testament and had opportunities to do more with her. I would like to see more of her. I don't think she's been bad in Genesis Testament.
She's on the cover for 13. So
yeah. I mean, we've still got like the questions about why did Kronzon make Index? Like, where did she get Index from? Like, all about Index's origins, basically. I'd love to know that. And obviously, Kronzon is the one who, did all that. So
yeah,
that's something I would like to see explored.
Are we going to see Index sort of follow through with the whole being a magic god candidate that we set up back in OT1?
Yeah, I mean, we've kind of had that in, GT12 as well with the style stuff, so...
So are we about to see the birth of a new magic god, I wonder?
That would be cool. Imagine if Index was actually like an antagonist.
a useful character from here on. I mean, okay, you could technically make it work, right? I can imagine it working because you could turn Index into a magic god, but you wouldn't get rid of her right away because you'd still have her in like that learning state of using her powers, and from there on you can sort of take care of one of like the main critiques a lot of people have with the story of Index isn't useful, because at the moment she's just about as useful as a book with all the answers. So I'm curious if maybe we could see that going forward, which I would be fine with. I think it'd be nice to sort of give Index a very
the spotlight
needed buff.
Oh yeah,
spotlight too would be included,
I just as Alistair's biggest fanboy, I just hope the characters find a way to save his soul, and then I'm curious to know what will happen with Alistair after this. I don't think he's fully gone away. Yeah, I think his presence will still be in Coronzon, but yeah, I mean, I would love to see like Alistair get a new body or something like that, or
my assumption is he gets the body
to
to himself. That is my guess.
Really? Yeah, I don't know, because like obviously
like they kill Coronzon or something.
Yeah, they'll have to separate his soul, or yeah, unless they kill. I don't know how they would kill Coronzon though, because Coronzon is very difficult to kill because she's her existence is tied to the tree, and yeah, I've heard some things about Genesis Testament 13. I've obviously not been spoiled, not seen the illustrations, but apparently Coronzon is pretty strong in this upcoming volume, so possibly stronger than New Testament 22, at least in a base form. So it won't be as simple as okay, Accelerator get out of prison, Platinum Wings, Tomi use fish eggs, and boom, we win. I don't think it'll be that simple.
No, it won't be.
You Dragon King again.
That'll be hard.
Never know. I do hope that this fight that is coming is going to be like a nice long fight that's not too much talking, but just like good enough. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I want some like good solid action, which I think we'll get.
Yeah. I am excited to see what will happen. But yeah, like Othinus said, bringing a villain back can be a bit of a
nerve-wracking.
Yeah, it can work, and it can also not work. So, well, I have faith in Kamachi as always. I'm forever the Index optimist.
Yeah, I was too.
Until they put Accelerator in jail.
Until they put Accelerator in jail.
And they've had many chances to release him, but still very cozy for him. Oh yeah, Othinus, I want to ask you, what was your reaction to Dion consulting the Ham Man as the secret weapon against Coronzon for next volume?
That pissed me the fuck off, bro. I was so annoyed by that dude. I'm like, bro, yeah, he's the secret. You know what? No comment.
He's gonna use Total no Jutsu.
He could fucking die in the goddamn cell block that Accelerator puts him in, and rot in the rest of his life. That's what he can do.
Are you excited to see Hamazura back, Malcolm?
I'm excited to see Hamazura die. That's what I hope he does. You want to kill off characters of the series? Kill off Hamazura.
Calm down. Malcolm, are you excited to see Hamazura back?
Hate Hamazura.
Let Malcolm speak. Is he there? Malcolm?
Bro's quiet.
I need a few minutes.
Okay. No worries. Right. I think Malcolm would. Yeah, I think Malcolm is happy to see Mazur back. But yeah, I'm curious to see what he makes of that. But yeah, what did you rate the volume, Othinus?
I thoroughly enjoyed this volume, so I give it like an 8.2 out of 10. I liked it.
Where does the 0.2 come from? Why a 0.2 and not like a 0.5? It's very specific.
Well, fine. You know what? 8.3. Put it in the middle of an 8 tiering. It's good. It hits everything I wanted. I mean, I have to deduct the 1.7 for Hamazura, But everything else was pretty solid. It all made sense. I love the dialogue. I love the characters returning if they're going to do it correctly. And I don't know. That's pretty much it. Just simple.
Yeah, fair enough. I think I rated this volume a 9 out of 10. So, yeah, I did have some issues with it, but minor. And yeah, I know this volume is controversial and not everyone liked it, but I liked the themes that Kamachi was going for. Even if it had like some moments where wasn't necessarily like the Misa, what do you call it? Power suit stuff, and Terma making the gun out the bike. That was probably the worst moment for me. I was like, what the fuck? That's just dumb. Nope. But I can look past that. That's trivial enough for me to deduct 1 point rather than any more. But yeah, excellent. Well, we'll talk to Mal about his thoughts after. Do you want to do predictions for 13, or do you go straight to Q&A? I think we can go Q&A.
Yeah, I mean, I think we pretty much said all of our predictions for GT13. Just hopefully it's a good, well-written story. If they're bringing back an old character, I mean, he does good, but it does make me very nervous when they bring back old characters like that, like enemies, not like main characters, but like
it's enemies.
An 8. Oh yeah, 8.
It's an 8. I don't know. Hopefully, we see more Accelerator actually like fight and like leave the cell and all this stuff, or the whatever. I don't know. That might be too. That'd be too. I don't know. Maybe Accelerator versus Koron's on round 2. That'd be cool.
I'm a Accelerator stays in the cell enjoyer. I think I defend that.
I'm gonna slap the fuck out of you.
Yeah, I think the book was good overall. I can't go past an 8 though, because I feel like a lot of the stuff was either undercooked or just too confusing. In particular in the second half, like we didn't really get a lot of the villains fleshed out. Style has
style. Come on, guys.
The Magic God part just sort of popped in out of nowhere, and wasn't really like, it didn't really feel like it made much sense thematically with where Toma is at this point. Like, the whole fight was like a callback to OT1, but I don't really feel that was a necessary callback based off what was happening in the story. But I did like the first half. I liked the first half more than the second half. I did like the sort of slice of life parts of it, exploring the characters' sort of like reaction to his death, even if I wasn't like a fan of how some of them handled it, because at the same time I don't know how long he's been dead, really. But yeah, I give it at most an 8.
Fair enough. Listen, the OT1 callback, it's like poetry. It rhymes, as George Lucas once said. Okay, shall we go to Q&A, guys?
Yeah, let's go for it.
All right, send in your questions, guys. Don't spoil us on GT13, please. Otherwise, I'll be very, very annoyed. And you get banned. But yeah, send in your questions. As long as they don't spoil GT13, we're good. But yeah, we'll answer some that were asked earlier, if I can find them. Scroll. We'll see. Some people asked some earlier. I saw Darth Vader 2. Aeon, what's your favorite Toaru character? Come on. Surely you've been around long enough to know. It's Alistair. That's why
his favorite is Hamazura. Don't let him fool you. It's 100% Hamazura.
I thought that was yours.
You better shut your mouth.
What? I mean, like, you love to talk about him so much. So.
Second is Biagio, but yeah, close second, but it's Alistair. Prince Manic. I know didn't get to it yet, but this is a question for Q&A. Who do you think will be the 4th hero? So yeah, in the GT13 chapter list, apparently at the epilogue there is a 4th hero. Who do you guys think it is?
Gun Hasogita!
That'd be sick. What happened though?
Anna. Yeah,
Female
sure.
hero?
Anna or Alice.
Oh,
yeah,
that'd be
why
pretty
not?
cool choice. No, that'd be pretty
Or
cool.
it could be
Anna?
Index. Maybe Index could be
Yeah,
that magic art.
Stop joking
thing.
around.
I mean,
think-
she's on the cover.
Oh, that is true.
No.
That's a good point.
It's gonna be style. Trust me, guys. Trust me. It's gonna be style.
No.
Man, I'll stop reading the books. I'll become the number
It'll be
one
style, and
auntie.
he'll sacrifice himself to slow Karonzon down by half a second. It'll be epic.
I'll be that guy who's like, everybody, you should just read Railgun and watch Railgun. The main series is lame. You should just watch Railgun, the superior series if Styles shows up as the main hero. I will become an auntie.
Next question. Aeon, as a style connoisseur, what do you think of his character song? I like it. I listened to it like as I was like first getting the cosplay together. I had it on the background while I was doing the wig and everything. Yeah, I do jam with it. Very good. It's one of the better ones.
I always laugh at the Toma one, just because it's Toma singing.
It's Toma Idol.
Yeah, right.
Jocker says, would you like to play a Toaru series VR game? I don't have VR, but if it was offered to me, sure.
I have VR. I'd let you know how great it is and how you'll never get to play it, but
Bet you go the hentai ecchi stuff on there, so you can touch anime girls.
yeah, you know it. Closest I'll ever
Yeah.
get to a girl.
Yeah, I knew it. Bruno Free Pro, have you already accessed W Place? No, but I've seen all the things about it and people have talked to me about it. Nico Mukeshimana. Othinus, this is a question for you. Are you going to accept the fact that Hamazura is way more useful than Accelerator? Ooh.
I will find you and I will kill you. Also, no, that's just completely stupid. As is Hamazura running Academy City? What is he doing right now? Oh, is he the fourth hero? No, he's already the third hero. What is he doing locked up in that stupid tube, huh? Yeah, useless, worthless. Should have died. But apparently people like him so much, I don't know why. So, no, I'm never going to accept the fact that. Never. It's just not going to happen. Never. That's like saying, I got nothing. I can't think of I can't think of something equivalent to that.
Well, it was a good effort, Othinus.
I tried.
Next, we have Jesus Christ himself asking a question. We are very honoured. When do you think
When
we
are
will
you
get
showing
a
up in
full...
Index?
Oh, he showed up in JoJo, so spoiler alert.
Yeah, that's true. The strongest
when you-
JoJo.
I spoiled part 7 before it's even out, the anime. When do you think we will get a full explanation of how Toma got Imagine Breaker and how many different powers he actually got access to? Like, I would love to know this. Like, seriously, it's been 20 years. I feel like we're just gonna be dead and buried by the time Kamachi can be asked to. I mean, we've had an explanation for Imagine Breaker. It's just like powers beyond the right hand, and you explain him. But so we've had something, but. Yeah, it's getting a bit tedious. Hopefully, with all the dragon stuff that's been happening in Genesis Testament, that we're getting closer. But yeah, it's a bit annoying.
We literally know like nothing about the dragons beyond like their names at this point and their powers.
Hopefully, one day. But yeah, there weren't too many questions. But yep, we can end it here if you guys want. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Thanks, guys, for watching. Hope you enjoyed Genesis Testament 11 and 12 summary / spoiler talk. And fingers crossed that 13 is a banger and better than 11. I've
Fingers
heard this
crossed we
volume
actually do a podcast within a year of it releasing.
We will, because I've actually got a stable place I'm living at. So there will be. It'll be much sooner. Won't happen again, I promise.
He's gonna
but
get
yeah,
stabbed the day before.
Apparently 13 is like meant to be a 2-parter volume as well, so not everything's going to be resolved. That's what I've heard. But we'll see. We'll see what it's like. Fingers crossed it's a good one. But yeah, make sure you subscribe to Othinus down in the description and follow Mal wherever he is and like the video, etc.
Sounds like you're asking them to stalk me.
That was unintentional. Oh, funny if it was though. Anyway, stay tuned for the next podcast, guys. Take care. Hope you enjoyed, and see you all next time. Bye bye.
Bye.
Stalkers.